The minutes been posted for February 11th, 2026. Are there any corrections to the minutes? They'll stand as posted. Under unfinished business, item A, water quality testing.
In your reports is the from report testing on the mowers. You'll see a lengthy report and errors for the year. They do a major study or sampling in December. That report's in there, plus the month of January.
Any issues at all? I mean, I'm sure you looked at better than I did.
Well, you kind of look through the numbers. It's difficult to read, but it's good. So
okay. All right. Any other questions on the water quality testing? All right. Item B, our 5-year plan.
Mike, updates on
that? No, nothing for the 5-year plan.
Okay. Item C, wastewater system improvements, phase 1, update for this meeting.
I did not do my thing I've been sending out, did I? Status report. Yeah, but I think we've got everything ready, though. The last thing we need to talk about is the crossing of Pond Run with the force main. I think that's really the only thing. Craig and I need to get together on that just to make sure we have it worked out.
When's that project scheduled to start?
The construction?
Yes.
Towards the end of the year.
We need to let them all get that on a roll. Need that property.
Conveyed.
Yes.
I need that property. You want that property.
I need that property. I just need sections of that property. How's that?
You want
beneficial
me on
for
that
all,
wall.
trust me.
You need me on that wall.
You don't. And the reeds come out. Yeah, things still look. There's no surprises with that. It's just timing.
Cross our fingers for that. All right, item D, water system improvements phase 1.
Yep, we're to the 30% stage on it, and I just need to get together with Craig on it before we finalize, just to make sure we got everything he wants done, and then we can start talking about update costs. Yeah. Show you guys what we're doing.
Okay, and so moving right along. Item E, dredging pond run and dry beds.
I think the last piece on it is the easements, and I know that I talked with Russ at last. I know he was.
Did he give you any kind of an idea? I mean, so when you say working on the easements, I mean, once those are in place, you help us control that. Because I mean,
Access easements are referring to. I'm not the access easements across the mall property too, so I can start doing work. We have easements right of ways in dredging, but there's going to have to be some lay down areas that we want to require style access across.
I can't remember. So, but aside from that, you're looking to get some more done this one, right? Getting some more done on this project, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Great time to do it live.
Right. So we need to make sure, Russ. You're just waiting on him to complete the documents.
I think that's the last thing we needed.
How long have you been waiting on?
It was just last month we gave him to him. So yeah.
It's obviously make sure that's not going to hold you up to start in the time frame you want. Because this is real weather dependent project. So the more time you have working in weather. Okay, 20th Street drainage improvement phase 1.
The next thing we will see is whether it gets funded through VIII. That should be usually those come out in May, so a couple months. Better idea.
Anything in the interim we can do to improve our position or get chances for that funding? Lobbying we need to do?
I mean, once we send it in to the actual funding, it'd be nice to have. I think Randy, you had gone before. I think to one of those pieces IGDC is, always helps to have someone from the community there to talk about the need.
So why don't we trying to put that, because
When
certainly
is,
we
when,
can,
when is the schedule?
It's the last Wednesday of the month. Is when we usually schedule. I'm sorry, last
But you
Tuesday of the
haven't put-
month.
You haven't put forward the request yet?
Yeah, we're waiting because really construction is not going to start until the next school, when school is out, not this coming year, but the next year.
just generally, if when you see this coming up, you give us a heads up.
Yeah.
I think we would take the incentive to see if we can do something to bring mentors there. I don't know what, I mean, I don't know. But we're locked in funds, obviously that's one thing. If this is with well, discretion, just like we work out here more command code, so we can say, hey, look, go to Charleston and talk to we're gonna have everybody's ears, right? So
Yeah, we're just getting the schedule.
Yeah.
And recommend the best date for them.
We
All right,
need,
anything
we
else on
need
that?
funding for that project. We're gonna need that. additional
Right.
funding.
Yeah, I know it's real important.
Well, we've been down there several times. And you go into a room, and there's 50, 60 people, 70 maybe. Every one of them put their hand up. They want funding. That's the deal. But when they read your name and you're not there, it's like, well, they're not really interested.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and it's very low key.
Yeah.
I mean, you just get down there and you sit and you get an opportunity to go to the podium and talk. And typically, we can get money to go up there and talk, but it's never bad to have somebody there. And
We just need to know that.
Chad, honestly, if the mayor shows up, mayors don't go. Okay, that's why I always win. Okay, because if there's an opportunity there, at least know who you are.
Hard to see who you face. Yeah, and I've got no issue. I just need to know that we recommend there's a set time, a recommended time. We'll make it a priority.
What do you get?
And he just needs reassurance because money sources that.
Oh, I don't remember, but it's on the number.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that heads up would be appreciated, and we'll whatever we can do to improve our chances. Okay. Stormwater Management Plan discussion.
We just, in the past, we talked about rate structure stuff now, and how far you guys want to go with the rate structure somewhere, if you want to drop or you want to look about increasing rate structure on commercial accounts, leave the residential alone, square footage impervious. I need guidance. I know we're right in the middle of a rate study or rate case, reference water and sewer, which we progress on. Next page, we have to look at something about years. $10 commercial, $10 for a mall and fitness, $4 for a house, 1,200 square foot house. Guidance, you all wouldn't want to start that. You want to start that. You suggested we are, as long as we get the account, but rates that have been.
Never mind, I withdraw. We'll leave that for another time.
Almost
That's the next one I want right now.
Mhm.
Never mind. Okay, new business, 12th Street Lift Station, wet well platform bid review and approval.
Finally, after
Drum
3
roll.
months. Yeah, third time, 3 months. That, we spent a lot of time, Mike and I, searching for contractors, meeting people down there, discussing the project. Finally got it through. I mean, there's finally got it through. I can feel it. I have been there. I have looked at it. It is a incredibly dangerous scenario. I would be glad to put on safety of our guys to see this thing. Can I make a motion to accept?
All right, open for discussion. Board, any other questions about the bid or approval? Not all those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Those anonymous.
We'll get that forward. I think we're looking at probably 2 months.
All right, and then the public meeting on,
We have the watch start public. We also, yeah.
I call to order the public meeting. on the SWPP. Necessary steps.
It's funny that Mike and I were like, I come up proud book. He said, "Man, really can't proud book. A lot of it's but it is source water section.
A lot of redacted information.
Yeah, well, it is security of your system. So if you don't have no questions.
Is this in relation to the filters as well?
So it's officially US. It's a first time that the public is reacting without. So you think that requires this every so what is All right, any other comments on? We're not really in a zone where that kind of practice is going on. I don't know that still in our source area, we are amenable to it. We're community, not at risk for groundwater flow. That would be my understanding of our why. But I wonder if it had an action just in case something that was in writing or I don't know if it's necessary. It would just do more of what you said, draw, attention and concern when there's not an issue. If there was a reason to address it, that we had a current or future concern, but with no concern envisioned, I would say that bringing attention to it, beyond, because, obviously it's a concern, well, no, I'll just leave it at that. Bringing attention to something that's not an issue for our constituents just kind of fans the flames of something that there's no smoke and there's no fire. My opinion. Just one person. Anyone else have a comment on that? As far as last week, I know there was looked at. I didn't know that was one of them.
It was not, like saying the danger before is not, where we have to work.
Any other comments?
I have one for Craig. Do we have the option to inspect? There are, as far as I know, there are 2 locations where there is access that has been there for years. And we should cap those off if we got an opportunity.
What?
Are you from, I know you know where they're at.
Referring to what, like a well?
Yes, it's a well. I remember years ago, we passed a thing that said you can no longer drill wells.
Yeah.
And those two wells have been here a long time. Okay? Do we as a utility board have the option to enforce that?
We could, we be more of a deed or health kind of thing. Yeah, we talked about that.
Well, the one house is for sale right now. This would be the perfect time to make that guy cap that.
Give me the address. Give me the address of. I think there's more than two in Vienna.
I only know two.
No, there's one in 30th Street, right? The cap.
The other one's on 23rd. The other one's on 23rd.
Any other comments? Manager's report.
Yeah, a couple of things.
I suppose
next
that
week-
concludes our public meeting.
Next week I'll be in class down in Pipestem for floodplain certification class. Keep the credits up. A week-long class. I'll be heading down Sunday morning and back late Thursday night. So keep the credits up that, so I will not be available. Second thing, last week had a DEP inspection come in on our sewer department. A couple of things. They said he was concerned about some of our records keeping reference to I&I. Sure, you've read a whole report on our I&I study, but he felt that we should be keeping records a little bit better in reference to elimination of the I&I, which we have. It's a new guy from EP, so it was also I agree. So you can get an indication.
So in other words, he just had some comments and you're gonna get some kind of a written follow-up from him at some point that.
We, with I&I, in reference to, it's elimination of pressure services. We have worked on it. We've eliminated, the manhole has holes in it, things like that. So, see how that goes. Everything else got pretty well. Guys, I think I've steered down 2 on my staff, employees. We did hire 2 additional guys in the last couple of weeks. Steered down 2. So.
These are entry-level positions.
A lot of guys at the retirement age, so again, it's the same thing for each every meeting. It seems like I got comment on the council about that. Rates, we need to look at the rates and pay these guys. If you guys look at, we got budgets coming up from water and sewer departments. So it shows what we can pay these guys are clearly underpaid. So. Around. Right now we're class 1 operators, class 2 operators. We have 1 class 2 operator leave, Dave Thorne. Dennis just talked about retirement. Injuries are going on. I think most operators are a little older in life. So for Jason will be here, but he just got back from 3 months break. 2 month break, so it's glad to have him back. Yeah. Happens.
When should we look at that, and how do we get it on the agenda to look?
That'll be when we go to approve our budgets. We will discuss. Tomorrow night, you all approve the budget and council amendment for tomorrow night.
26th.
And
We don't.
26th approval.
Well, the question is, depending on what goes tomorrow night, will dictate whether we have a special meeting in between week. Everything looks like it's in order, then we'll just go to the 26th for approval. Otherwise, we'll have another special meeting. We can, as I understand.
They did approve. It is in the budget, 3% pay rate plus 35% longevity, and then that's a nice step. But they're underpaid in the water departments and sewer departments for classifications. We've been reported before that everybody knows that class 1, class 2, and class 3 operators are in high demand and stay with them. They can do anything they want. We'll set their rate. The reference Parkersburg, we're $5 less an hour than they are on a class 2 operator. So basically, class 2 operator. Good work there. It's like seeing right here, right?
So, are you ready to see a stupid question? Well, he hasn't been harassing you like he used to. You know, we get so.
Yeah, he does.
So okay. You know, mentioned this in council. When you're talking about, so the hiring you're doing is entry level, right?
It is.
Okay, and the entry level are not class 1 or class 2 operators.
I'm not going to get class 2 operators what we hire.
So that's my stupid questions. So if your concern is not entry level, which is more of a labor type position, right? But these certified positions you have in the department that you're worried about your attrition from retirement and whatever and being poached. And all we've done in the budget is look at your starting position and then a 3% raise for your operators. I don't know that I have a clear understanding of your hierarchy in terms of what it takes to operate your department. And I'd like to understand that better. And then I'd like to have a discussion. I don't know if this is something that maybe when we look at in the budget, can you, I mean, why can't we advertise or market for, these certified positions opposed to just entry level and look at what does it take at that certification level? And can we adjust, that class 1 operator pay rate independently of other things? I mean, does this make sense?
Yeah, it does, clearly. And I know what you're saying. But when we hire people, we're so far into the pay scale on class 2 operators, I can say, hey, I can put an advertising, hey, I need a class 2 operator for $22 an hour. I'm going to get crickets.
So what is a competitive rate?
$27, $32 an hour. So
how many class 2 operators do you need to be fully staffed?
It takes one, really. But I mean, if we got everything said for shorter end.
Well, sure. So that class, okay, well then, so that gives me some sense. I don't need to go on and on about this now. I might be on this, but okay, all right.
Follow up on Jim's comment. Can you get us a list of classifications and employees in each of those classifications? Okay.
And where not just your current need, but what you project is going to be an issue, because you never know. Like I said, if you only have one class 2 operator and he's out for 2 months, right?
Well, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. But okay. Yeah. So understanding that staffing demand and your contingency planning in that respect, because obviously we don't understand what you do.
Yeah. What we usually do is we start entry level and pass press up ranks. Yeah, like I said, be a class 1 operator, you got no difference. We don't care. You walk in there, you're not going to be a
Same way as an electrician.
Yeah, you have to have that experience. That's what you want to pay for. Class 2 operator, 3 to 5 years.
So minimum is 2 years qualifies class 2.
That class 1 first.
Well, right. Yeah.
And say, well, make class 2 and all good.
Well, and obviously there is a benefit to building within your ranks into these certifications, because those people are going to be dependable around. They've invested in you while you're investing in them. And that's why I understand that's why you're focusing on your entry level pay. So some light bulbs are going on. Okay, I'm kind of got to think of a thing or two here. Yeah. All right. All right, anything else on the manager's report?
Yeah, we're, on snow over. Repairs. Things are coming up this summer. A lot of projects coming up. I did have McCormick return this week after 4 months. So it's nice to have him back. Change his job duties around a little bit. Or chain of command, taking out that ditch, where he gets out there, those forming jobs, leaders, operators, we decided to use leadership role. We're moving along well.
More comments?
Great job for all the crews that did snow removal and such. I've got nothing but positive feedbacks on how we responded and how we kept the road clear.
I got signed. Actually, said last night we had a meeting with employees today, for safety meeting. I now have 5 individuals signed it every day. But that, I'm facing this. We did have a problem with a ghost. I'm thinking about it. We do.
I sold the property as is, all right?
Yeah.
No exorcisms or anything?
No, it was
No
a
clearing?
burial site when you sold us the property, but hey, whatever, you know.
To break out the sage.
Yeah, but they was actually, some of our garage doors was opening up by themselves. I don't know why.
Gotta be the frequency on your garage door.
I don't know. We've had to unhook one garage door because we could not get the isolate out.
And you're gonna tell me that with it unhooked, it's still open?
No, that was a different one. That was the one across
That's
the
a
bay from it
stretch.
opened up. That was not, it didn't open by itself. That was left open during the daytime because the warmer weather guys were having doors up and they're open, so we had that situation.
I can bring my priest. I can bring my priest up, but that'll help.
Got the sage, sage, yeah, but there is no issues here that they've had heard voices we have heard, and there is things that fall that are unexplained. So they're there.
Well, I'll get concerned when I see your head spinning around in the meeting, okay?
Oh, I does that every morning.
That has nothing to do with possession.
Yeah. I mean, possessed.
All right, any other comments? All right, thank you all. We are adjourned.
Did you say